Welcome into Sports Talk with Theo Dorsey, South Georgia. Let's talk sports. Now, I would imagine winning a state championship never gets old, but as you can see, I've never won one. I've never been to the promised land, so tonight I'm bringing in an expert. This is the Monroe High School Girls Track and State Championship episode. The Lady Tornadoes won the Class AAA state title on Mother's Day weekend at Hugh Mills Stadium. Their head coach, Billy Glanton, has won 12 total state championships in his career as an athlete and coach, and in 3 different sports. Wow. And he has 5 seniors, not 6, but 5 seniors from this year's championship team coming in to join the show tonight for one little victory lap. So I have a few of us here. We have Coach Billy Glanton. Welcome to the show. Number one.
Thank you.
Of course. And on the end, we got Isaac McVeigh. Oh, well, Jada Hunt. I'll get you Jada Hunt. I'm sorry, Jada Hunt. Isis McVeigh. Thank you all for joining the show. First off, congratulations to you all. How does it feel to now say you guys, and I know you experienced it twice before as well, or once other times before, how does it feel to be state champions?
Feels great.
Feels good?
Feels great. How does it feel to
Awesome.
you?
It feels amazing.
I'm glad it does. Those are some good adjectives to describe the feeling. I've never been there. But let's take a look at how you guys got there. I have the standings, or actually, let's take a look at how many state championships you've gotten. Maybe that's why you're not so impressed. Monroe has done this 9 times on the girls' side, 1 time on the boys' side. In 2001 to 2003, they had a 3-peat. From 2009 to 2012, a 4-peat. 2012 is when Coach Glanton stepped in as the head coach of the track team. You guys won it in 2016 and again this year in 2018 on the AAA level. And it was a doozy. I was out there at Hugh Mills Stadium watching you guys take it, and it wasn't easy. Greater Atlanta Christian gave you guys a good, strong fight. But Coach Glanton, what was it that separated your team on Mother's Day weekend to propel you guys to the state title?
Well, the separation comes from some people who are actually not here, and I'm sure the girls will attest to that. Our younger girls, our second 4x1 team, our second 4x4 team, both of those teams helped propel us to win the state championship. Without them, we'd still be sitting back looking at somebody else celebrate.
Of course, and that was something that you guys had to experience last year in 2017, watching another team win. It was Marist and 4A, correct?
No, 2017 it was
someone else.
Greater Atlanta Christian beat us last year.
Okay, got you. So for you guys tasting that defeat to them last year and being able to come back and do it at home again, I want to ask you, Jada, how did it feel to be able to overcome that one little pit stop there in the middle between your 2 state championships?
It just felt real big. I was just excited.
Well, for you, Jada, you actually won you had the highest points for 3A for girls, and it's the first time you did that, but you have a pretty good career as a track runner. You got 7 individual state titles, your second team state championship, your first time getting the high point. How did the weekend go for you? How do you feel like you were able to put those kind of numbers up for the team?
It just come by hard work and, stepping up, becoming a leader. I wasn't really a leader, but, Yeah.
But you led them in points.
Yeah.
And was it? I'm sure it was a lot of fun doing that, especially with the help of your teammates on the relays, as well as maybe just motivating each other between races. What was it like, kind of going through the process of each of those races? Because you were heavily involved. To get all those points, you got to participate in a lot of events.
Yeah.
It's strong.
Yeah.
And so in that event, when you were standing up there, I could tell you're one of a few words, but lots of points and lots of athletic prowess. When they forced you to stand up there and accept that award, did that kind of put you a little bit outside of your comfort zone?
Yes, it did.
But it's an honor all the still, right?
Yes.
Definitely so. And then for Isis, you put up a lot of points as well. Both of you guys seniors, both of you had the victory lap here in the state championship and being able to bring it home with 138.5 points. For you, Isis, what do you feel like your weekend went like, and how were you able to power through and get some of those top 3 finishes?
Well, my weekend was good. By pushing my team, by me knowing that I had to be in the top 3, that made me work harder in all my races.
I got you. And Coach Glanton, what you see from these 2 that helped? I know she said she wasn't as much of a leader, but she led with the points. So what was it from them that helped as the seniors?
For both of them, they were leaders in their own realm. With Jada, it was more by when it's go time, she's going to lead you. When you shoot the gun, she's ready to go. With Isis, it's from start to finish, from the time you get off the bus to the time you put everything back in the locker room at night. And then when it's time to start practice, she's ready to move. When it's time to go, when everybody else is tired, she's ready to move. And when it's at the end of practice every day, she's still, ready to move. She's tired, but she's still, ready to go.
Got you. And I know Isis specifically, you already made your announcement of what you plan on doing next. I was in church at Friendship Missionary to see you do it. What can you announce to the people what you'll be doing next in your career?
I'll be going to the Air Force.
There it is. Well, congratulations to that. That's a big plus. And what is it like to see one of your seniors? I know you got many seniors in here. You got many more athletes that are signed. But for her to make that decision and move on and do that, what do you think, Glenn?
Well, when I first heard about it, I almost cried because, a lot of college coaches calling in with interest, and we've been waiting on those calls to come in. And then when they came in, and she said, well, Coach, I think I'm probably going to do something a little bit different. And she said, don't hit me now. She balled up, she don't hit me now. And she told me that, her decision was that she always wanted to go to the Air Force. And we back her 100%. We wish she would still run, which she still can, even in the Air Force, but on a different level. But we'll back her in every decision she makes. We know that she'll be successful in whatever she does because of the hard work she's putting in and what she meant to our program.
That's a blessing and an honorable decision. And before we do let you guys go to break, because I'm going to have to beat them in trivia, y'all have to step aside in a second. But first, I want to take a look at the final standings from the GHSA Class AAA State Track Meet, where you guys did edge out Greater Atlanta Christian. If my math is correct, 19.5 points. That's what I went with the night of. I'm going with it again. Westminster came in at 66 in third place. Cedar Grove in fourth place at 31. And Coach Glanton, you said it was much closer than what that final score showed.
Yes, it was close all the way through until the last race was over. Mathematically, we still could have ended up second. So in a coach's mind, and I'm sure in most of our athletes' mind, they understand the game. If you're not mathematically in it or out of it, then you can be on the flip side. If we would have both our teams dropped the stick, we lose. Yeah. And you don't. In a million years, it might not happen, but we still have to understand it's a possibility. So we were up, I think, by 12 when it started, when the 4x4 started. But I think they had two teams in the 4x4, and we had two teams in the 4x4, and our girls were determined to be first and second. And I mentioned earlier about our second team being, a big part of us being able to get over the top. We had a couple other girls in field events as well that helped boost us up a little bit more than got points in areas that we didn't think we'd get in the shot and discus as well. They're younger girls, but they're our future. We're still waiting on them to step it up and keep the ball rolling. But all in all, it's got to be, a team effort, and we found that out on Saturday.
Definitely a strong team effort. Sadly, you're not going to have your team with you when we do trivia next. We're going to have John Barron come into the studio. Congratulations again, ladies, on the state championship.
Thank you.
We'll excuse you. We got more of your teammates coming up later, but first, I got to take you down in trivia, Coach. So Theo versus everyone coming up next.
Welcome back to Theo versus everybody, guys. We're on Sports Talk. Theo, I'm John Barron, and Coach, thank you so much for joining us onto the show. Coach, you've seen this show before, so you know exactly what we are going to be doing. This is the trivia portion of the game. All right, ready? So listen, you get 7 questions, with that 7th question being a tiebreaker, because we found a way that the last 2 weeks we've had a little bit of a tiebreaker, that we haven't had anything to kind of break that. So now we will have 6 questions straight through. Coach, you have 6 questions. 3 of them will be multiple choice. I will provide you with 2 possible answers. And then the last 3, you will have to provide me with the answer. All right? If the person that gets those last 3 correct does not have that answer, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Yeah. If the person that guesses the last 3 questions does not get it right, you have the opportunity to steal. But on the first 3, you do not, since it's multiple choice.
We'll see how it goes.
Person with the most balls at the end of the game wins.
Sounds good.
Guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, question number 1. Which team won the Super Bowl back in 1972 and was the only undefeated team in NFL history?
Miami Dolphins.
That is correct.
I should have thrown a football in for that one.
That's a baseball. That's all right. All right, question number 2. Which NFL team appeared in 4 consecutive Super Bowls in 19...
Oh, man. I missed it.
In 19 what?
In 1991 through 1994. and
you can't
lost
finish the
them
question.
all.
You brung in.
Oh, you
Buffalo
can read
Bills.
it.
Oh, my goodness.
That is correct.
All right.
As I was saying,
That's the game we're playing
Read
today.
it, yes.
That's the game we're playing today. I see how we're playing that game.
Yes, we're playing the game we play every week. Trivia.
So you already know the answers.
Right now, we are tied at 1 each, and this is the last multiple choice question. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, question number 3. As of 2016, which NFL team has won the Super Bowl the most? Pittsburgh Steelers or the New England
Patriots.
That is wrong. That is the Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh
Steelers.
Steelers.
As of 2016.
Oh, I thought you were saying 2016
No,
going
no
forward.
thinking, no thinking.
Oh, no thinking. Well, you're going to get the steal on that one.
I'm going to go ahead and help you out real quick.
This is so embarrassing.
Just going to go ahead and move that over
Let's
here.
go to the next question. That never even happened. Never even happened.
All right, well, here we go. Question number 4. That was the last multiple choice, all right? So these, you will have to give me the answer, which apparently I haven't had to do the multiple choice because we ring before I get them, okay?
We're good.
Question number 4. Where was Tiger Woods' first major championship in 1997?
The Masters.
That is
At
correct.
Augusta National. So
That is, wow.
I keep going.
Thanks.
No,
Okay.
never mind. Keep going.
You want to keep going?
Let's keep the trivia going. I think we should do that.
Question number 5. Coach, you're down 2-1. How many NBA championships did Michael Jordan win with the Chicago Bulls?
6.
They threw the answer
Was he
up
li-
early.
you got to go.
No, 6.
You get your basketball in there
six.
for that one.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm
That's
going to win
correct.
this last
It
one.
was 6.
This is it right here,
I
right?
had to think.
This is the last question. Right now we are tied. If neither one of them gets it, we will go to the tiebreaker with question number 7.
So put
All
this
right.
ring on right now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it.
The disrespect. Question number 6. Who is the NFL's all-time leading rusher? Goes to the guest. Can we stop putting the answer up early?
Don't look.
Oh, where's the answer at?
It's nowhere now.
Is it Emmitt Smith?
Yes, it
Oh, of
is.
course it's Emmitt Smith.
Wait, where's the answer?
Right. Is it Emmitt Smith?
Where's the answer?
That's good. That's good. You win.
You win. That
You
was
win.
correct.
You lost me.
You can go ahead and put these rings back on, too.
You're right. You can have your rings back. Well, thank you so much for playing in another one. I couldn't stop you from winning. That's what, number 13 now?
13, that's right.
13 championships
Count
now
down.
for Coach Glanton.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for playing. We're going to have you back, though. It'll be you and John. We're going to bring an athlete on. Nyla Harris is going to come on and talk a little bit about Nayla Harris. Nayla Harris. Got to stop calling her Nyla. Nayla Harris is going to come on and talk a little bit about the championship. So stay tuned.
Welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm John Barron here, joined with the Monroe High School's track and field team. Guys, 10 state titles, but 9 of them being for the girls' track team. Coach, that success, where's that kind of coming from? Every year you guys just kind of drive to be better and better, and, for having 9 of those, obviously leaving a legacy, what's going to be the next thing? How do you even top that?
Well, first of all, let me ask the question where it comes from. We have a little secret, and hope everybody's not listening. That secret is called Paul Jones. He is there from top to bottom. I mean, when they arrive, he's in their face. When they leave, he's in their face. He's our distance, mid-distance. He's going to be on his sprints. He's going to be on everything our girls do. He's right there. His hand is in it, and we would probably be not here without him. He's a big part of our program, and any head coach that comes in, and all I got to do is just sit back and leave it on autopilot. Now, if you're foolish enough to take it off autopilot, then you mess up. But if you don't, you let Coach Jones coach, you're going to be successful. Also, we have my girls coach that coaches the long jump and triple jump, Coach Drayton. She's the same thing. She's going to be in it, full-fledged every day. Without those 2 people on, helping me coach this team, we'll be nowhere.
And we're joined also by Nayla Harris. Your 800 and the 4x4, you guys won the state title for that as well. Tell me, for being all 4 years being at Monroe and to win your last state title in high school, how was that feeling? Was it anything kind of similar to your 2016 title win?
I mean, it's amazing. It's a great feeling. It's been a long time coming because my 10th grade year, I didn't get a chance to compete in state because I tore my tendon in my hip. So,
And, you did talk a little bit about that, when we were speaking a little bit, you're seeing some video here, but, when you won this year, I know you say you're 2016, you didn't get to participate, but you were on the sideline. How did you help your team and motivating them and to push them into winning that state title in 2016?
I mean, I was really there to help them, encourage them, push them, like just give them the extra confidence they already have, but just extra support. Really.
Did you kind of feel like a little bit like the monkey off your back when you guys crossed the finish line? You guys had won the state title for the 4x4, and you got the chance to do it on the national stage. Was that fantastic? And also be home.
Yes, it really was. Like, it's a great experience.
That's great. And so, what are your plans for after college? For after high school?
I mean, I would like to go to college, on a scholarship. I'm still deciding, actually. But I'll have a decision very soon.
All right, well, perfect. Well, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back again here for Sports Talk with some more with Theo Dorsey.
Welcome back to Sports Talk with Theo Dorsey. We have Bernicia Peak on the outside. We got Cheryl Thomas. We got Billy Glanton. We got Theo Dorsey. And we got some sports talk with the Lady Tornadoes, who just won the 2018 GHSA 3A State Championship. Congratulations, guys. I can't say that enough because, again, I've never won a state championship, a district championship. Man, I haven't even won a game of trivia in like a couple weeks. So congrats to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I got to ask, I'm starting off with you, Peak, because we had a funny moment at the track meet out there in Hugh Mills Stadium. Coach Glanton, you had a strategy of not, since you had your girls running so many events, you didn't have them come up to the podium to accept their awards. So when Jada won 1 or 2 and Peak went up there to accept the award, I got some video of Peak accepting them, and here it is right here. Peak, who's a distance runner, didn't run in the state meet, but she did some handiwork for you, helping the team out. Happy doing it. She was focused, though. She was focused, right? What was going on up there?
It was hot. I don't know. I was like, I hoping you wouldn't put me on the camera, but still end up getting on there. So
it's funny. Like right after I shot her accepting the award, she was like, "I hope you didn't get me on camera." I was like, "The camera was facing you," so it was on record. I knew that wasn't Jade. I familiarized myself enough with the winning Lady Tornadoes, but I just thought that was pretty fun. And Coach Glenn, can you speak to that strategy? How did that kind of help you guys out?
We wasn't gonna let that out the bag, but since you since you let it out the bag. It's just something that we decided to do, trying to preserve as much energy as possible because we knew it was going to be a close meet. We thought that maybe year before last we should have done that a little bit more than we did. But, at the end of the day, I think our girls, they would have put it out. Just seeing the performance that we put together this past weekend, I think they would have put it out anyway, but you can never be too sure.
Definitely, and you talked about how even with those close gaps, even when it was you guys had it was most likely for you guys to win. You never get too comfortable. You make sure you cover all your P's and Q's. So I got to ask you, Ms. Thomas, for you, how was the weekend? How'd you enjoy the crowds? I mean, are those always as electric as it was this past weekend?
I didn't see the crowds.
You didn't see the crowds?
No.
Okay,
so tell the truth. I
didn't.
What did you? All right, so how about this then? How was the meet for you then? How was your experience?
It was hot. By the time my event came up, it was cooler, so it was better.
Yeah, that's a good way to gauge it. How'd you do in your event?
Oh, we got second.
And there you go. Put some points up on the board. How many overall events did you do over the weekend?
That Thursday I did the hurdles, but I didn't qualify for the finals. But I did the 4x4.
The 4x4. And he talked, Coach Glenn talked so much about how the 4x4 teams and the 4x1, so much of that win came because of what the second team were able to do and how they placed in those, racking up some of those points. Can you speak to what the competition is like between the team A and B?
At practice, we compete against each other. So, we knew, we could at least stay with them for a little bit and, give it off to the last legs to finish it off.
But here is it. It worked out. And I want to talk a little bit about the journey. You guys had the region title, the Westover Relays that you won. I got some good video of that as well. And Coach Glenn, the overall 2018 season, how do you characterize it in comparison to some of the previous seasons you had?
I think it was a true picture of teamwork, that it takes a team to win a championship. And if we didn't believe it, we do surely believe it now because it took points that we scored in every event. Even the 1 point we scored in the shot put, 4 points we scored in the discus. all the way up to the 6.5 we scored in the high jump. So at one point we were thinking it may be a half-point difference at the end if something bad happened to us. So we were just thanking God for that half point. So.
Well, that's a blessing to get it, and I'm sure there'll be many more victorious seasons for you guys going forward. We'll be watching the Lady Tornadoes. Again, congratulations to 3A state champs. Thank you again for watching Sports Talk. We'll see you guys next week on Sports Talk.